Palm Bay, Florida. She has a Bachelor of Science in Accounting with a minor in Finance. And she's working on her CPA. She has it all going for herself right now. But what she's really excited about is starting a business that's going to help her finance her dreams. She wants to take care of her family, ultimately buy land for her sisters, and travel. Who doesn't?
Right.
Everyone, put your hands together for Miss Julia Rose.
Thank you very much. My name is Julia Rose. Again, not caught it the first time. It's like she sounds small. I'm from a small town called Palm Bay, Florida, which is in Central Florida. I'm an hour drive away from Disney World. That is my backyard. And I'm here because, like Johanna said, I wanted to do more. The accounting thing, to be honest, I just stumbled into that major. I was not really interested in being a numbers person, but I always wanted to have a business for myself, and what better way to control your business by knowing the numbers. So I was like, okay, well, if I can just suck it up for the next 4 years and know more about accounting, then I should be in a better way of taking care of myself whenever I do get the business. The main thing why I made it here to the end of the road, which is why we're all here, we're going through a process. Why I wanted to stay and be a part of this process, this mentorship program, because I didn't have a lot of family members or friends that knew how to take care of a business, and if they did, they didn't keep it for the long haul, or at least reap it so that it can actually be passed on to any other member. So seeing that was a great opportunity and brought me more vision and more excitement towards my future, instead of just having to work for a company and in a blink of an eye, 4 years later, I'm at retirement. So I just wanted to come out here and tell you about this business overview. The business overview, I'm sure you guys are very smart people and you guys have your own way of getting to things. So I'm just here to show you some options. So the reason for this process, like I just stated, we are all going through this process right now. I believe it's 6 steps in there. One of the main reasons why we have this process is to build a mutual trust and transparency. With the credentials, they didn't ask me one time if I ever ran a business or if I had any business experience, things of that sort. They didn't care if I had any of those type of skills. They cared about my character. Am I willing to learn? Am I appreciative? Am I hungry for knowledge? That's what they were looking for. Same thing with the transparency. While we're going with this process, we're trying to see if we can earn your trust and respect along with you, along with us earning your trust and respect as well. And also transparency, just being clear and honest with what we're saying, so that way you can show that same amount of honesty. And we're all clear about the process. So the education. Again, we don't really care what degrees you have, but we do want you to be educated on the decisions that you're making. Facts versus opinion. Unfortunately, Google is not a credible resource. Right. So going over, if you want to go with facts, how about you go with something that's actually credible and solid and has loads of information that can back up what they're saying, instead of going by an opinion. Everyone has an opinion, but that does not mean they are living proof of what is actually being said online. And we're also building a case for yourself. We want to see if you have integrity. Are you accountable for your actions? Are you accountable of making to your meetings on time, wearing the right outfits, on being at the meeting, and so forth. And also we want to see if you are people before profit. Do you have that type of mentality? If you are just here for yourself, I would suggest changing your mindset on that. Because with our mentor, they definitely believe people are for profit, because if they were selfish, we would not be here. Not any of us. We also want to see if you have a level of ambition. Unfortunately, we are not in the business to self-motivate. You have to motivate yourself. And if you want to inspire, if you want to go by the dreams that you're going for, you need to get up and go do it. Other than that, you're going to still be at the same place. And just the decision process, we're here to make a decision. That's why we are taking our time to figure out if you are the right fit for this program. And we also want to know your why. And Michael Rogers.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Julia Rose. So what brings you here today? What made you interested in being with us so far?
Kind of just the idea of a new opportunity. It's kind of like out of my realm, but it's like an exploration for me and kind of stepping out and seeing what more there is, like different, like I said, opportunities, and then making money. That's always nice.
Yeah, that's always nice. That I totally agree. What about you?
Well, I love opportunity. I love helping people. So people for profit automatically spoke to me right away because when you think about it, the corporate business was run upside down for all the employees right at the time. And I'm just in for being a part of a team that wants to win and wants to win together and do something at the same time.
Can we say the right thing?
Right. That's good. Okay.
What about you, man?
Oh my gosh. I just want to help my mom and dad, and I started off thinking that school was it, and engineering was going to be my salvation, and then I realized actually engineers are poor, and honestly when you get into that field, that's when you learn the truth, and clearly it's too late to figure out to do anything else. And I really wanted to make a serious difference in my family's life because they really helped me get to this point, So that's why I'm here, to learn more and to make that happen.
Awesome. I loved all your whys because they're all correct. Your why should be bigger than yourself, and it should be an emotional drive to do more with yourself. So the agenda for this evening is to go over the cash flow quadrants, the asset development, the business plan, the mentorship program, and of course, the compensation structure, how we get paid. So with this cash flow quadrant, we are familiar with this, and we read over that this is in the 21st century. Is it Mr. or Dr. Robert Kiyosaki? I believe it's Mr. G. I mean, he could be a doctor, might be. But he went over this cash flow quadrant, the 4 legal ways of making money. Most of us are here in the employee quadrant, and some of us are also in the self-employed quadrant. And we all aspire to be at the investor quadrant one day. But I will speak for myself, but I had no idea what business ownership was. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just knew it was employee, self-employed, and somehow, some way after I got out of college, I can magically be an investor where I can just throw money and then magically money will just get back to you. It's so funny how your parents are like, yeah, if you just go to school, get your grades, go to college, you'll just make a buttload of money. And then once you get to college, you're just like, okay, let me just work hard, grind hard, and just get to the salary point. And once you get to the salary, you're just like, wow, it says I make this much, but they don't mention the taxes. And they don't mention those student loans that have been at my door since day one when I walked into the college. And knowing how to live on my own and feeding myself, paying car payments and car insurance and life insurance and health insurance and dental insurance. And just they don't explain all that, they just explain the hype of college and it was the best years of your life.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, you're just like, yeah, we're in there. So that's why a lot of people say, college is a scam. And you're just like, well, you got a point, maybe.
That's right.
So the best part about this is we are going to learn how to get to the business ownership. Why do business ownership? Why is this considered an important thing? Well, for one, business ownership is part of the passive income side where you can finally have a system built so the money can generate for you. The big difference between self-employed and the business ownership is duplication. Just like we were talking about the mindset of building wealth, we believe that once we're in self-employed, we'll eventually have money saved up for ourselves and we can just generate it with our own business instead of having to work under a boss. but they don't, once you're self-employed, a lot more time is going in to get the extra money. But what I just said with the business ownership, the system's already made and then the money is already generating itself where you don't have to work double time. So with the mindset here of building wealth, the old way is the industrial age where you have a bunch of locations of your business. A bunch of locations of your business and you want to duplicate your mission statement per se through your employees. Unfortunately with the employees, they're not going to be very motivated to reciprocate the mission statement because you're not paying them like you're getting paid. And if that were the case, then of course I would be motivated too. Yeah, absolutely. So unfortunately, at least what I experience here in Tallahassee, there's high turnover, especially during the summer, because all of us want to go home.
That's right.
After this strenuous year called college, and drinking too much right before finals. I didn't do that. But with the industrial age as well, we just believe in 500 employees will just help you out with your locations and they'll bring you up. But with the duplication process of the information age where we are now, there's very little overhead, so we don't have to worry about the lights, the utilities, the things are breaking down, the water that's going through. I'm speaking out of as experience because I'm the county manager at a restaurant here in Tallahassee. So I see all the bills just rolling through and you're just like, I can see why y'all hired me. There's just a bunch of bills just coming in and you're just like, wow, there's a lot more to it than what you think when it comes to having the industrial age model of business. But when it comes to information age, you can run your business through your computer, your laptop, and your tablet. That doesn't sound like a lot of bills to me except the internet. You better hope your internet don't go out. Even if that was the case, of course, there's handy dandy Starbucks and public libraries that's like nowadays it's very rare to not find Wi-Fi. It's a very first world problem if we can't find it. With the duplication will be through business ownership instead of employees. Business ownership will take ownership of the business and make sure it will make it through because it's their business as well. So with 500 business owners, you're able to create a system for yourself so that the money will eventually start generating through. So this is the black and white. I didn't really notice this until I came to this presentation, but once you think about it, you're just like, I can't argue it because that's complete facts. Most of us work 40 hours a week, probably more because like I said, we got a lot more bills than what we expected after we left college. Usually we work 50 weeks out of the year and that equals to 2,000 hours a year. Times 50 years, if you work more or less towards retirement, that's around 100,000 hours worked. That's a lot of hours. That was a lot just saying all those numbers. But if you spend 100,000 hours on something, do you think it will be a great investment or a great asset that's being built?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of course, there's nothing wrong with having a job or having your own business. But at least have something on the back door, if I guess you could say that, or at least on the side that you can look back to. So if your business doesn't work out, or if the job doesn't work out, or if you just feel like walking away for whatever reason, your asset is there, and you don't have to worry about the money. With the B quadrant life, in order to have the asset being created, you have to have products, a common education system, incentives, and a business network that just a business network. So with your current situation that we have now, this is you, and I guess I'm too, we usually work at the job, we spend our time there, and then we get money. We usually get paid either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Once that paycheck comes around, you bring that money to bearstore.com, Amazon, Walmart, Publix, Barnes & Noble, my personal favorite, Michael's, when I have time to be cracked. And then you get the products and then you just go home or do whatever you want to do. But the funny thing is, your job is making money and the store is making money, but the only person that's not making money is you. But this is what we call making a living. Again, the black and white, the facts. But the fun part, the difference between you and I, is I get paid to do what I'm already doing. So with the transactions or the stuff that you already pay for, like skincare, energy drinks, electronics, DIYs, nutrition, all that's listed there, I buy through my website and get compensated for it. And using my business network, that could easily be my friends and family, I am building a business network. And that business network that I'm building, they want to do the exact same thing that I'm doing, which is getting paid to do what you're already doing. So the platform to do this, we don't have that power. So thankfully, with our common supplier, Amway, we get our products from them. Every single day, someone launches their own independent Amway business. They are entrepreneurs. Unlike many who set their own course, these entrepreneurs are backed up by an $8.6 billion company. If a company makes that much money, it's gotta be something serious.
Right.
At least I would hope. They're the #1 direct selling business in the world. There are $58.6 billion in bonuses and incentives paid since 1959. They've been out for a long time. 60 years to be exact, because I actually took out the time to do the math before I got here. The fun thing about that is that's $58.6 billion that could be paid towards us through bonuses and incentives, us IBOs, independent business owners. They're doing very well for themselves as a private company, number 35 in Forbes. Like I said, $8.6 billion in global sales, which means that you can do your business in over 100 countries and territories through your phone, your laptop, tablet, whatever electronic device that is able to go on the internet and you can shop. And the best part is that they have 180-day guarantee. So you can buy the products, use it up to the last drop, because I buy skincare. So, and I can return it back and get my money back in cash, as long as it's within 180 days. That's how serious the product is. If they give a crazy number like that, that it has to be something serious. Because other than that, Walmart, Macy's, 30 days. And I guess on holiday, you got 45 days because we feel real good about ourselves. But with the common supplier here, they don't teach us how to build a big business. Brit Worldwide teaches how to build a big business. The main thing about this business training and education system is that they are literally teaching you everything that you need to know on how to build a business, and not teaching you how to build a business, but what type of mentality you should have to build this business. So with our tech package, we have the BWW Web and the BSM, which is our streaming, where we hear, I guess we call it share talks, but it's like a mini podcast hearing from the multi-millionaires that are teaching us step by step how they've done it and how you should think to get to where you want to be. With the BWW TV, you get to see through, it's like our mini YouTube, where you actually see what mentor that kid's talking. And it's actually really fun to actually see a name with the face and the voice that you hear. Same thing with the BMP. That is where we send messages to each other. It's like our own personal email inbox. Instead of having it come with a bunch of advertising, it's strictly just for business. So that's very awesome. The coaching and mentorship program, I can go on and on how gracious they are, because there are plenty of times where I probably rubbed some people the wrong way. Probably everyone in this room. But the best part about it is that if it wasn't for this business training and this education system that we have, we learned how to be gracious, we learned how to be patient, we learned how to speak to others with positive light instead of saying, you're terrible, you're this, you're that. And to be honest with you, there's plenty of moments where I really did deserve that, but they were, not just they, but everyone that is in the group, the mentorship program, they talk with grace every time, even when you don't deserve it. Another thing with the business conferences I wanted to go over, we have 4 of them each year, or 1 per season. And with these business conferences, it's usually 3 days with thousands of independent business owners reaching for the same goal, and with the multimillionaires actually on stage telling you how to build your business and how you should think. And the best part about it is uncensored, because with the streaming, they sometimes cut out some things for political reasons. But sorry. But with the business conferences, you get tenfold the whole thing, transparent knowledge. The crazy thing about it is, like, I know so many. I actually just met a life coach. He charges a lot just to talk to you and give information. The funny thing about it is, before I got here, I was talking to him. He was talking my ear off for 2 hours. I asked him, so how do you become a life coach? Because I really do want to figure out. So how do people become life coaches? What degree do you even get to do that? Oh, I'm going to tell you right here. Just talk to people and some other simple reason. I was just like, that doesn't teach me how to start the business. That doesn't teach me how to get started. That doesn't teach me where do I even get started at. Because you're just saying, oh, well, I'm just in different groups and I just start talking and I just let them know if they need help, share. That doesn't really tell me anything. With these business conferences, they tell you from A to Z plus the numbers. And on top of that, we're not as expensive as life coaches, that's for sure. I actually know people as well. There is a guy that I've seen on YouTube, and he'll try to teach you how to build a business that he's doing well in. $5,000 to sit with him for 5 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
So are you going home? And you're gonna fix up my business too? Why yet?
Right.
No, I'm just sitting here to just give you advice. So you want me to spend $5,000 to just hear you speak?
Sure.
And you're not telling me how to build my business? You're just saying, well, this is how I think you should do it. That does not guarantee anything. And you're not helping me get to where I need to be.
Right.
You're just talking. I can go down the street and get some advice from somebody for free. If I ask the right questions.
Right.
So yeah, I can't stress enough how great this education system is. So with the business platform, this is our common supplier and our common education system. And me as IPO, all I do is shop, share, and learn. Since I stayed on that side long enough, at least someone's laughing. Gotta give it some time. So the products that we were talking about with Amway, they have absolutely great products. Like I was saying, I do not miss a day when it comes to my facial regimen or washing my face. And you can clearly see.
Yes.
And if you need a close-up, I do not mind. You know, that's how great it is. Artistry is among the top 10 largest premium skincare brands. Neutralize the world's #1 selling vitamin and dietary supplement brand. And Access Energy is the first exclusive sugar-free energy drink brand sold locally. Funny thing is, I did not like energy drinks before I got here. Now I buy 2 cases every month because that's how great it is. And it comes in like 15 flavors per. There's a carbonated one and a juice flavor one, and I surprisingly ordered both. Then I'm like, oh, I should probably, well, all of a sudden it's gone. Every month. You're just like, I I don't know what happened.
Right.
It's all gone. But these are the exclusive brands. If they don't fit your needs, we can come over here. We can go to Target. We can go to Specific Sun. I figure out this Macy's. Well, Bloomingdale's, which is in the same realm as Macy's.
Mhm.
They get paid to wear this, y'all.
Hey!
Yeah.
Forever 21.
Yeah.
I get paid to travel.
Hey.
Hey!
Yeah.
You can also go to Best Buy as well, Home Depot. All of this. What company, they last for 60 years and they have this type of association
That's awesome.
where they have all of these matrices. These are not all of them. This is just a few.
Wow.
But these are the products that we work with. So there's always something that you need. You can always go here to purchase it. So the part that we've all been waiting for. So how do we get the money, guys? I've been waiting how long? Too long. So with this example here, the best thing about this business as well, you can be a single person. You can work as a couple.
Nice.
Fortunately for me, I just do it on my own because I got female power.
Yes,
So another thing about this is there's no quotas, there's no penalties. You do not have to buy a bunch of products to meet a certain goal. Just by this example, this shows that 100 PV, 100 points, equals to 300 PV, which is US American dollars. We go by the point system because it's kind of hard since you are in a global business. How are we going to compare a US dollar to a Japanese yen? So points seems to be easier to calculate. And like I said, you don't have to get to 100 PV. You don't have to spend $300 each month to reach a goal. Just buy what you need. This is not here to put you in debt. But if you want to have 100 points, because you do, we would love for you to be on the scale. What business owner don't have customers? It's kind of hard to be a business if you don't have any products or services for exchange of cash or monetary value. So with this example here, this couple makes 100 PV or 300 PV. Before I go deeper into that, how much do you spend per month on groceries?
Well, me personally, not very much because I have a meal plan.
I can't relate. That must be nice. That's probably the one part I experienced during the war in life.
Because it's 50s.
That's good. You have a low monthly expense
Yeah.
situation. Again, I wish I experienced that. But what about you, Trevor?
Well, it's kind of crazy. We should just do it once, the one time,
Yeah.
But you just keep happening. You're gonna run out of towels, probably the second week, the third week, you're gonna run out of soap and lotion, so it ends up rounding up to about $350 per month.
Yeah, in a way, it was for like $500. I don't know where. Who lives with me?
So it sounds like you want to help me monthly to help with my expenses in a month?
Yeah, sure.
I do got a car insurance, so I can But yeah, so the average sounds like it is around $300, except for you to enjoy it. But with this example here, we're just going to use the example of $300. Once you spend $300, you get 100 PV, which brings you to the 3% bonus scale. And you get $9. You're probably like, so I win all that and I only can afford a Chick-fil-A meal once a month? All right, that's not fun. But the funny thing is, not only you get $9, you save $87.
Wow.
That's wow. Yeah.
And when you save that 87, it's because you bought these products at wholesale price.
Mhm.
Because what business owner buys anything at retail price from their store? I don't know that name. So it's actually your monthly income of $96. And like I was telling you before, since I am the accounting manager at a restaurant that's building its chain right now, do you know how many loans of one location that this restaurant is in? I ain't gonna tell you because I'm not sure if I'm allowed, but but the fact that you are able to spend $300 and get a quick result instead of having to be in business for years, because it's right around average 3 to 5 years you actually see a profit of your business. You get to see a profit within your first month in business. So not only is just you want to build your network, you want to share it with your friends who want to get paid doing the things that they're already doing. Do you have a friend that want to get paid to do what they're already doing? Probably. Do you have a friend in mind? That was weird too, because I was like, I have no friends.
Yeah.
For example.
Okay, Nadia, you want to go ahead?
No, you can do first names. Nadia? Nadia, got it. You want to add a friend now? Sure. Delatria. Nadia Delatria. Delatria. Okay.
Christian.
Thank you. So Nadia, Delatria, and Christian, and 3 other people, including yourself, will bring you up to the 9% bonus scale here. And that's if they do 100 people. And that could also be helped by your client volume. You don't have to spend $300 all on the That brings up to 135 a month. What would you do with $135?
Okay, like right now, I have some projects that I'm working on, so I would use that to fund these.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So
What would you Trevor?
I'm a big fan of typos. Talk about
Typos.
hard like a bunch of
We can get paid too, the ones that can't find
No, I was just gonna report it before I go. Probably somewhere in some other country that has. Yes.
Yes, that sounds good. What about you?
Tallahassee utilities.
For sure.
Right? I mean, electricity bill, someone keeps going up. I don't know what's going on there.
Who lives with me?
Who else is there? Some rock utility on the
I mean, I reckon might like some cold AC too.
Right? Go to 60 or something when I'm not there.
Awesome, let's keep going. So now, these 6 people might know 4 people you don't know. And with this example, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. Plus 1 is 31. Times 100 people equals 3,100, which brings you to the 80% bonus scale.
Hey, hey.
Way to go.
Yeah.
We talked too much. And that will bring you to $1,134 a month.
That is money. Yeah, let's do it.
What would you do with that money? You probably live at large now because you've got much expenses. Grad schools, where do you want to go?
Well, we'll go towards grad school, I'm going here,
Okay. I should ask this before. What you study?
architecture.
Okay. That's awesome. What about you, Trevor? Your mom's phone there?
Well, we're all on the same.
Oh,
I pay our phone.
okay.
That's just my portion.
So your phone bill goes over $1,000.
Sometimes data's a thing, so it's okay. Who lives with me?
What about you, Steven?
Yeah, rent, for sure. Yeah.
And utilities,
Yeah.
and insurance.
So,
Well, what the insurance? I don't know.
very good.
So it keeps going, y'all. So those 4 people might know 2 people you don't know. And I'm not going to do the math on this one. But to have this whole network will bring you up to the 25% bonus scale. And that will bring you $3,117 a month.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm probably like, so do you really need me to come into work or? What about you? How would you spend that $3,000?
Same, put it towards grad school.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
She's great. Meanwhile, they're like, so I'm going to Hawaii next month, and after that, I'm going to Thailand, and I might return in America, maybe, I don't know. What about you?
2 months rent out of the way.
Yes.
2 months my mom mortgage out.
Yes.
You know, car payments. And of course, just car insurance for the entire, how insurance works, it's just like, it's like a thing. And over time you pay it, it's just like here. Once I do renew my insurance, that's when you call. Other than that, it's like, no more insurance for the rest of the year.
That's those days, because I definitely use my school loans to do that. I don't use that anymore, so now I'm like, dang, I gotta pay this every month now. What about you, Steven?
Yeah, for me, it's I pay off my mom's debt. You know, she's about $1 million in that right now. So yeah, parents, right? Yes. Right, so just have to at least put at least $1,000 or so, $2,000 towards the check right now. You know,
That's nice.
we trying.
That's
We trying.
good. Trying to just.
Well, not really, you know. Not currently, yeah. Just want to try to have
That's awesome. So the next thing is the leadership bonus. So once we make it to the 25% bonus scale, we come right here. If you only have one person that's at the 25% bonus scale, that'll bring you to being a platinum. And on average, you bring in $56,000 a year extra. That's good. If you only have 3 folks, Nadia, Delatry,
Christian.
if those 3 folks makes over 25% bonus scale, that'll bring you to being enrolled in the average yearly compensation. $123,000 or over. And if you have 6 folks that made over the 25% bonus scale, you're now considered a founder's diamond, along with the sentence of bonuses I should have added, along with all 3. You make over $500,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow, that is
yeah.
It's living my best life
Yes.
times infinity.
Yeah.
The best thing about it is we'll use Kevin's business. If he makes 25% bonus scale, he keeps all of his money. The best part about Amway is those bonuses and incentives I was talking about. If Kevin makes his money over the 25% bonus scale. Amway takes out of their own pocket 6% of his business and put it into mine. It's the fact that I am a leader, I'm leading Kevin in the right direction and bringing Amway a bunch of money and products going out the window because we get our bonus. And with that 6%, it's usually around $1,390 per month on top of the $3,000 we were talking about.
Sorry, I don't know if this is the right time to ask questions, but I know I'm gonna forget. So like Kevin, if he brings on like more people, does that 6% eventually apply to him too? Like from what the other people that he brings on are earning? Like how you brought in Kevin and he reached, that point, so now that 6% is going back to you.
Right.
So
But he still keeps all of his money.
Right, but eventually, if Kevin brings on people just like you did, will the people that he brought on, when they get to that point, 6% will go to him
Yes,
from the, okay,
correct.
so like the chain continues
Correct.
for each person, okay.
And the bigger his organization is, the bigger that 6% is.
Okay, it trickles down.
So,
Good question. And the 3 ways we make money is the retail margin, the bonuses, and then the incentives. The best part of this is
yeah.
so with the incentives, we go to Thailand, Hawaii, Peter Island, and Las Vegas, and plenty of other places for free.
Oh, yeah.
Dirt. Peter Island here, that's owned by Amway. It's in the British Virgin Islands. Guess how much it costs to stay there per night? No guess is wrong. Take a look and guess.
8,000.
That's close, but it's actually 5,000 per night. So if I just look at my paycheck now, how much do I need to get here on myself? Maybe till I'm 90. And that point, I probably won't be able to see all the beauty of the But you go there scotch-free. You get to stay there scotch-free. You get your own gardener, your own butler, and your own chef. I know they're kept like that before. I might tear up a little once I get there. My mama didn't even take care of me as well. In Las Vegas here, once you make it to here, they give you money to spend.
What's up?
Live your best life. Yeah, I'm gonna put it all on black. So do you know what it is? No, put it all on black. I feel real lucky today. Same thing with Thailand. Go there scotch-free with your significant other or best buddy. I'll probably be petty and just bring my dog. All these incentives are amazing, and I don't know what else could you be told more about this business. It's amazing times infinite.
Yes.
So we come here to expand a little bit more about the structure, which we just were talking about. I want to just bring it home. So this could be me right here, and just having one leg that is making over the 25% bonus scale. I'll just be bringing in the over to $56,000. And as it trickles down to you, and you bring in 3 people that make at least a 25%, at the 25% bonus scale or over. And you will be bringing the $123,000 per year. And if your friend Nadia comes in and says, hey, I found the jackpot right here with 6 people that are making at the 25% bonus scale. She's making over $500,000. But we're used to people at the top making all the money. Yet I'm only making over $56,000. while Nadia is making half a million. So if you didn't catch anything about this, about this business, we care about your work ethic. Whatever work or effort that you put into your business, you will get compensated for it. There are plenty of times when I worked at jobs, I worked long hours, I'm still getting paid the same. It's funny, they really think I'm gonna do more, even though I'm getting paid the same. I just wanted to end with that and go with your next steps here. Schedule a follow-up meeting with the person that invited you, and also go over the study material that they're going to share with you as well. They'll share a pamphlet of the compensation structure and everything that I'm going over here. And then, if you also want to get more credible information, go over with these websites and bring all the questions that you need to the person that invited you. And with that, I'm going to turn it to the host.
All right.
How awesome was that work?
Absolutely. Hey, that was great. Yes, sir.
Guys, I'm fired up.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rita Rose.
Yes.
All right,
absolutely.
before we close out, I wanted to pull up some movers and shakers. First, Mr. Aaron Thompson.
Okay.
That's fine. I love it. Well, like Mr. J said, my name is Aaron Thompson. I'm a commercial manager here for AutoZone on the south side and the north side. And there's some accounts, for them to do all that good stuff. But one of the reasons why I love this business is because you would never find any better partners. Nowhere else you go. Mr. Kenneth, one of our mentors that's teaching us, one of our coach. I got business in Jamaica because he flew to Jamaica for me. Grew my business in Jamaica. The catch. I've never been to Jamaica.
Wow.
Who does that? Try to tell your boss that. Right? And it's just, I also love the way they teach their significant other. That's one thing I love. I applaud, I'm married, so I applaud every time I say it. The way they talk so highly about it, the way they praise their wife or their husband. It's just, I never had that in the household when I grew up. And that's what I love. Nobody can change my mind on that. Thank you.
And last but definitely not least, I'm sorry, not even last, Mr. Roderick McKenzie.
My name is Ron McKenzie, and I'm deaf by profession. I'm actually currently a grad student at FAMU, studying a master's in facilities management. Other than that, what I'm really excited about in this business is the fact that I really want to create history. I want to be the first multi-millionaire in my family. They can see that if I can do it, they can do it too. I just spoke with my mom earlier today, and she just talked to us, had a long conversation, and us about dreaming, and letting her see, the depths of, the mentality of how I even got to this point. Let her know that there is hope, that there is a future for not just me, but the whole family. So what I'm going to do now is going to be able to not change my life, but it's going to change my generations to come as well. My nieces and nephews, they're looking up to me, and I want to be able to create an example for them too. So that's what I'm excited about.
And last but not least, my mentor, Mr. Rita.
Thank you. Celia Wilson, very excited to be here tonight. So what I am currently managing the IT department at Florida and University. Love what I do. Actually matriculated, did my master's here too, in software engineering and did electrical and computer engineering at the undergrad levels. So I loved it, and that's kind of what I was saying, that I thought that was it. I thought that sounds good. It sounds like you're gonna make money there, but then you realize that you need cash flow, free cash flow to do what you're trying to do. You talked about wanting to have some projects on the side that you probably want to fund. But you realize after we start working full time, somehow the money goes somewhere else. And the leftovers is never enough to do what you're trying to do. And I appreciate with the mentorship team, the Brickworld Right team, Julia Rose did a phenomenal job talking about those guys because they allow you to see your future before you have to live it. You see what I'm saying? So they allow you to kind of mentally walk your future through 20, 30 years and pass it on and ask yourself the question, hey, do I like what I'm looking at? And if you don't, then they say, okay, if you don't, let's try something else. So I don't have to live that terrible life and then at 40, 50, like, oh shoot, this is not what I'm trying to do. Right? So I thank God for mentorship, thank God for leadership, and there's very few opportunities that allow you to do a business and not risk your full-time career path. As I said, Johanna is a full-time professional nurse, Julia Rose is a big-time accountant, big firm, and and so many other people are doing great career paths here, and I'm still blessed to be an engineer, and I didn't have to give that up to create this type of passive income. And I don't know any other opportunity that allows you that type of resource at the side, without risking. And then the other thing that's really amazing is making money brushing your teeth is amazing. I don't think it requires any skills for that. So that's another thing that is a big thing that I'm very excited by. So definitely get back to Zoom, invited you out tonight and see if you qualify to go to the next step. All right, I'll take it back to those guys. Thanks.
Go ahead, like Ms. Seeley said, and get with the person that invited you out tonight. Continue to build a case for yourself because it's an amazing opportunity. So take this seriously, and if not, it was nice meeting you.
Awesome.
All right, good night. We have like training in 10 minutes.
But you're with the right person here, he has a ton of knowledge, always happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be
Yeah.
So, yes, yeah, sure.
All right.
Hey, it's on some training, so I'll talk to you. No, she will train.
Awesome.
See you.
Hey.
Mike, yes, Michael.
No,
Oh, it's actually not really Michael, it's not on and she said that a long time ago there was an actress named Michael. So she really liked that. I think it was unfortunately, no,
Yeah. But it's not like you have to be an architect, right?
Yes.
I don't know. That's the thing. He's got a good one too. Everybody has
Yeah, my freshman year was he around the building, he always has his suit and tie.
Right.
That's the first time I saw him, so he was very look the part.
This guy is very fast. You know this. You know, so you have such a industry of the past.
Yes.
That's like
So what is your business? Okay, so this is the business owner. So you said they're all business owners.
Yes,
So,
they're all independent business owners, correct?
okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
I guess that's a fun part.
Yes, yeah. And this is one word last week, like, this is very confusing, and this is all about the likeness. Your name is going to be associated with our.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's like,
Yes.
so that'd be nice, over, programming. Like,
Yeah.
to something.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to do,
Right, yes. Yeah, that's what they said in the book, I forget.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Also, that was with it, write your questions, take this time, seriously, because we're gonna have a lot of people right now, multiple states, right, so that's why I make sure that it's easy, right, together, we have,
Yes.
so we're actually, anybody have any questions on what you got?
No, right now. Yeah.
Very good. Well, definitely stick with it.
Yeah.
He also sent you some chefs on the phone.
That's what you're saying.
He's say buy tie-ins. I was like, this guy.
Talking about these tie-ins for $135 and trying to get.
It's so funny.
This guy. Just a few. Want to import it from whatever country.
The other 6 countries left over.
Wow. Wow.
I'm saying, if I have $1,000 phone, I'm even
So that you trying to talk, you know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man.
I know, right?
What's up, bro?
I let you know. I don't be wise. You win
What's up, right?
Step up. Go ahead, stand up.
Yes, sir.
Look how sharp. Go ahead, Trevor. Stand up. Yeah, stand up. Show my good, Trevor.
It sounds like it's like,
Y'all look good. I love it.
You know, like that. I was able to get the sound, you know. So these days,
Y'all both look good.
Yeah, you do, you guys do. And you two are doing it. Anyone say that?
I'm saying, everyone is coming looking for you know what I'm saying?
I got a partner.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that red tie.
Stuff like that, it's so speed up, like, yeah, and probably like short and stuff, you guys find it hard to read and stuff like that, but it's annoying.
It's just like,
Has no purpose, you know.
Has no purpose, other than it looks good.
It's just dangling in there.
put that
And the tie, no, it's not for the tie,
Oh.
he said like, it's annoying to have to wear tie. Yeah, they said that, but we don't have to wear tie.
and that's what the clip is for. That's what I had found out from Roderick and Rodney, because you use the clip and you put the tie and the shirt, you clip them together. So the tie doesn't make
Yeah.
it stays on.
Yeah, but he just hates wearing the tie, I think.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know about ties too, by the way. So thank you.
I just sound like my time.
No, it's fine.
I don't think I see any of that why see the tie yet. But as soon as they brought out their tie, yes, I don't know. I don't see that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just if I try to do what y'all will start to laugh at me like crazy. I just saw the nice the spirits, you know, nice spirits on, amazing. And I can't do that. I would laugh so hard. Huh? You're not. These guys will. I believe this guy will. You make really good. Yeah. What's up, Jeff?
I was down here for the straight. I was sitting down here. So that is Sanjeev.
Hey! Got you. Guess we'll be like on the second. You Brittany out there? Got you. Okay.
See, it's the way we do it.
Oh, our structure is fine.
So our structure that we have here, we're protected. So like we're not really close. Yeah, it's bad.
Everybody else is talking about this one. It's okay. Definitely. We want to make us all very George, but you still that kind of she has a name on it?
Thou shalt not steal, please be to me at once to Miss Jones.
Right, it's not like handwriting, it's like printed. So you type that out, print a piece of paper, cut it out, and decide to put tape on it. I was like, what is this tape? It's my it has to be written. Has to be. Unless you just like one like right, you're really good.
You got
I get shit by
Yes.
That's why you breathing.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Oh,
We still this. I used to hear with CCL.
Oh, see,
It was kind of so, but I know like my mom is I think I didn't. It was like after some time,
What's up with the
oh, Lord.
my uncle ended up with media, so I know
It's in question.
That's right here. Yes.
But it's still not good for
What I really I think it's standard for everything, the full court, like.
I usually don't find it, but you check it, make sure.
It's there, it's central, I send it well.
Okay.
All right, everyone, let's give them another round of applause. To start our light training, I'll bring up my mentor, Ms. C.A. Wilson.
So yes, we are trying a new vibe. I think last week I shared with you guys. I'm not doing the training right now, just so that you guys know. I'm just the intermission before the training. Yeah, yeah, right. So what happened is that we finally got our agenda approved by our coaches and mentors about the agenda for the open meeting. Right? All right. So this is our template. It's of course campus, and I'm just taking one and passing out. So I should keep on myself actually. Right? And so just pass it down quickly, and I guess while we're doing that, we can take one of this and pass it down as well. And we're talking about sorry. So yeah, so one of the things I want to let everybody know is that so this is the agenda that we kind of going to go by. All right. Probably every announcement as we go. Every announcement as we go, we're going to do a little bit of training to kind of prepare the audience or the hosts or the presenters moving forward, okay, on the exactly how to do your thing. So this is just the mini agenda. So we actually followed this last week, right? And we're following it again right now. Okay, so so that you guys have a general idea of what we're running for, what the goals are towards it. I'm not going to go through this tonight, but definitely read it whenever you guys get a chance so you know what to expect at the open meeting, okay? If you have any questions about it, or even ways to improve the vibes, let us know. We're open to it because, as I said, it's a template, it's a starting document, and you guys might see things that you can use to improve or what have you. And as I shared with you guys last week, I copied and pasted it from the Atlanta one, right? Now, Johanna was right. It is 805 one here, my bad, my girl. Clearly, my bad on this one here. So we have it as 805 for the start time, only if we need to give guests time to come in. But if there's ever a guest at 8 o'clock, we start on time regardless.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 8:05 is just the latest that we will start. Okay, because we all want to give the presenter enough time to do their thing. We don't want the presenter start at 9:15 and they have to rush through the presentation. Okay, it doesn't help us in the long run. Right, and the little transition is that we always had a problem where, again, congratulating the host. She would be up there saying, I did well, guys, thank me. Right? Everywhere, right? So this and we go to know this is what we're doing for today. So, that's just a preview there. So, wow, guys, what a phenomenal presentation by Roderick. I mean, not Roderick, sorry, Julia Rose. Yeah. Good job. Good job, these jokes, though, getting nervous right now, lots of it down. So I look forward to hearing, and everybody just get to know that because I'm going to probably go through and ask everybody for one takeaway that they got from our presentation, okay? So in the meantime, I want to big up our great host. You're doing a great job tonight. This media tonight, and Brittany for standing being that front glister smile for us in the on the silent table. So thank you so much, Brittany. All right, thank you so much. And it was woman power tonight. Yeah, So yeah, I want to thank everybody for that. Very quickly, I just want to ask you guys just to say some quick takeaways from it. Just like a quick minute talking about that. So anybody had a quick thing that they absolutely enjoyed? I have my notes here too. About what Julia Rose had said in her presentation, some takeaways that you guys enjoyed, or even the way that she did it. Who wants to go first? Yeah, Trevor.
I love how she called the talks that we listened to, the multi-millionaire podcast.
That was a good one. Me too, I love that too. Yes, Angie.
Yeah, especially I like the part where she used her own personal experience about the self-employed business and talked about how the bills and how she sees people in the self-employed business working, So that kind of it gives an idea that we are not just taking information out of the air, instead of personal experience kind of thing.
Excellent. Anybody else? Real quick.
Yes, I liked how she pretty much used example like mentorship. She pretty much edified the mentorship, talking about if you go to someone else, you pay like $5,000, just for a conversation, and pretty much not even having a vehicle.
Yes.
You new knowledge, but you don't have a vehicle to take you there, so that's powerful.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yes.
I like when she was talking about a concept-inspired and as concept-inspired, the transition that she used, the transition to the BWW system, BWW education part. She says the Common Supplier doesn't teach us how to build a big business. BWW teaches us how to do that. And I was like, wow, that was freaking amazing. It was to the point, and they hit it home, and they just promise.
Yeah,
it's funny. And I love that.
Yeah, I love that. I'll see you. Nothing copyrighted. Anybody else very quickly? All right. Oh, okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, I love how she showed off those kind skills.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I did it. Oh, awesome. I like this suit, by the way.
Hey, yes.
I was looking at it. Go ahead, you can look at
What? No way.
No, study. Okay, moving on. sometimes you give some important information outside because they can take up on cheap.
Yeah.
Good on that. I could say now, focus on the thing. You know,
See way up there.
well, a little bit better. Like everything neat and organized, you know? Very neat and organized. So my quick takeaway, I love how she talked about duplicating the mission statement being duplicated. Oh my God. My word, that was Kunta Kinte. You see what I'm saying? And you know, employees versus business owners, right? Talking about the power of the business, big business versus self-employment. And the same thing that you kind of touched on too, where she used her personal experience to talk about the pros and cons of that idea. I was like, that's a powerful using the mission statement because that connects with business owners in the room. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're really trying to call and have their employees understand what we're about, which is the mission statement of the group. And they're trying to do that very well, but they would, you know, and the challenges around that. You should get that from my t-shirt. Wholesale. Wholesale. So great job, guys. Great job on your notes. Great job. Good job. All right. So next thing we're going to talk about is the idea of the week. All right. Well, Mr. Mackenzie. This is why I had Kevin. I just knew who was the my bad. Braves. I didn't really remember that today, so excuse me on that, right? But yes, we actually have the idea of the week, Mr. Roger Mackenzie. All right, come on, yeah. All right. Let's go on with the guest up tonight, man. Do your thing. I'm looking at him. I'm expecting him. Like, sounds great.
All right. Well, this young lady, we have a way and pretty much right around to go through the process and bring it to the board meeting is, you know, I know for a little while in architecture, but I studied architecture, got my bachelor's in there, and also she's pretty much like, I have like some credibility in art school architecture. So she's like, hey, you know, we sharp guys. So he's saying something, he probably, you know, made what he say kind of thing. So I pretty much contacted her at graduation, before graduation in a sense, because I saw her at I didn't contact her as soon as I got a number the first time, say, hey, let's keep in touch. That's going to detail, drop a message later. So I just got a contact. And then after graduation, I said, hey, we got to talk some business, man. You know, you shop it, we got to talk. So I pretty much went to graduation. And later on after that, I sent her a drop a message. I said, hey, you know, are you looking for other ways or opportunity outside of what you're doing to make some extra money during the summer? And she's like, yeah, what is it? You know, she want to know. So I pretty much, you know, gave this bill. Typically, what we usually send, we'll offer the script. It's an e-commerce business, you know, they'll sit down to get more details. She's like, sure, let me connect at Starbucks with the whole MG one, you know, all of that. She was very, in the MG one, it's so funny because she was very skeptical. You know, she just wanted, she's killing me with a lot of questions. Like, I feel like I was in the follow-up one already. But the kind of questions she's asking, she's very sharp. Like, the kind of questions she's asking, like, things way ahead of before she should be asking. I was like, wow. That's a good question, you know, for social media process. But I went through it, you know, I stayed transparent through it all. And after she had more questions, of course, and she came here tonight and, you know, of course, see the great information. I looking forward to another question she can ask. But that's pretty much how I got around, you know, based off of just knowing her as an individual and just texting, you know, not going, being wary or anything, you know, just being natural. Hey, you know, I know you, let's stay in touch. Contact you, open for business, and I was like, yeah.
We're too far. That's going to be you know, I'm going to do a be in the picture. All right. Yeah. Who's phone? Oh, your phone's there? Got you. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think I got it now. Yeah, I should do it now.
Thank you.
So button up. Yeah.
Is that come to good morning? Come to
Oh, shucks, going on. Hey.
all right.
Yes. Yeah, point is hey.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey, oh yeah. Yes, all of us are on. He's on notice. Is that true? He's on notice. He's on notice. So yeah, guys, we have a great lineup next week. we have none other than Mr. Aaron Thompson, like, on the board somebody. Yeah, like, absolutely, absolutely. And we have Mr. G. Joseph hosting us.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And Sola is going to be an exciting team.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be a beautiful lineup. Very excited. Come ready with your notebook ready, a fresh notebook, fresh pen.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it's got it going on, got it going on. All right, and then I think a few of us went to BBS this past weekend. All right, yeah, right. Yo!
Yeah.
Right, Frank Joseph kind of made some type of ice sweating situations happen. Right, so just go that together. We have a short period of time. We're going to just ask you to stand up kind of where you are because we're short on time to kind of give one significant bullet. All right, one significant takeaway of what you took away from what you got going on. While you guys are close to it, you're almost ready. You guys need a minute or two. You ready? All right. Since because we are doing audio and video.
Oh, I see. My bad.
All right. All right. Go right at it. Don, we got you.
Okay. So, one thing that really stuck with me that Mr. Frank Joseph said during his story was that I think he said Mr. Calendar.
Yes, Mr. Calendar. Yeah.
Said to him, some people are so busy feeling that they can't see a good deal, and that was like, oh
shoot.
And I was just like, wow, I'm gonna steal it. It's on the calendar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal it because I like that. I feel like I just cut to the chase when people kind of shoot out an idea because they think they're so busy. Like they're so busy with what they have now that they can't take time to like become free or even look at another option. So I think it was just really interesting that he said that to him because that kind of summarized everything. He didn't have to, convince him to come. He didn't have to, disrespect him. He just told him like straight up, like, you're so busy, but you're failing.
Wow.
What you're doing.
Right.
If you take time and you actually plan out your life, you might find that you're not as busy as you are.
Right. That's a good point. Good job, good job. All right, go to the Rose.
One of the quotes that I took away was when Mr. Frank Joseph said that, I don't have it right in front of me, but he was basically saying that if you don't have your downline success in mind, you're not going to succeed. That hit home because I had a downline, well, potential downline right next to me, and if I don't care about her success, we're both not gonna make money. She's gonna try to do her own thing, and if she doesn't look at me as a leader or a coach, then it's just gonna be a very long situation.
Wow.
So I was just like, okay, that's good advice since I'm at this, I guess, stage of the bigger process. Another thing that I really liked when he was telling us his tearjerker story, that how close to the WW system mentorship program is. Like, he ended up just calling, he didn't say he called like the mom or anything, he called like the people that were in our association.
Wow.
And they came right away. And I guess for me, I take it for granted that you guys are, well, not take it for granted, but I don't think about it's like, wow, you guys are way closer to me than my actual friends.
Aww.
So it's just like, I can actually call him
All the time.
particularly.
That's right.
When I say speed dial, he's on speed dial.
That's right.
He will probably answer if I was calling him around like 3 or 4 a.m. And I would never do that, but if I were, he would be like, Julie, what's going on?
Yeah, right.
Wake up. What's happening? Hey man, I need help. Say no more. So I just really it brought to my attention, I was like, how serious this is. But like I said, it's like a family environment or a really good friendship environment. We all do the same thing. We all speak positive rather than try to. And just go roll along.
Wonderful, wonderful, awesome. That's good. I know Jeff and Deja went to one a couple weeks ago. Was it? Yeah, a couple weeks ago. You guys have any bullets for yours that you want to share? Who did you guys this BBS? Oh shoot! Yes, our crazy white guy friend that we love. so much. So go right ahead. Let us know your good stuff. Quickly, a little short on time. I want to make sure that the girls has enough time to do training.
One thing that I did take, and this one of the best things that I took out of this was he had a equation called FV times WE times SS equals S, which means the financial vehicle times your work ethic times skill set equals success. So people wonder why they don't succeed in a business, because in every business you have a supplier, common supplier, and you have an education system. So you're gonna look at our business and say, okay, our financial vehicle is Amway. You can put an exclamation point on that, because that's a success. They're gonna always be great. You can put the work ethic, you can put that on your BWW. That's our education system. They're always gonna be great. So if you can't get the success at the end, that means something that you put is wrong. Most of the time, it's your skill set. So if your financial vehicle is at 100, your work ethic is at 100, and your skill set is at 50, you will never succeed. Or if your skill set is at 0, then anything times 0 is going to be equal to 0.
True.
So your success will be 0.
Wow.
So that's what I
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Yes, buddy. That's wicked. That's awesome. All right, Deja.
Okay, so something that he said, kind of like an equation, is APLE. So A stands for make people aware of what you are doing. P stands for prefer, make individuals prefer what you have to offer. So that means like meeting their expectations or even exceeding their expectations. And when you exceed their expectation, that makes the individual become loyal. That's the L. Because they are aware of what you do and what you offer. They prefer what you offer. And also the last is E, which they'll become evangelistic, so that they will vouch for you. They will go out and tell other people like, yeah, like I have this bar or this energy drink, and they'll vouch for you because you make them aware of what you're doing. You make them prefer your products over whatever they already have, and then you also exceeded their expectations to make them loyal.
Got you. Wow. Wonderful. Got you. Marta, do you have anything close by you wanted to share real quick? What? Sure, in my spirit you were there. Spirit. Okay. Hi, Mr. Jones. Sorry for that. Yes.
The major thing, or one of the few major things I took away from Frank Johnson speaking was he said that we're all busy. So if I'm always busy and I'm always giving somebody else my time, then something isn't right. Because how am I supposed to be busy, but I always have time for you?
Yes, that was huge. Yes, good one. Oh, good job. Oh, shoot. All right. Okay. Well, we can come around to you. Yeah, we go. Brittany was there, right? Yeah. I remember seeing her too. In spirit of two, and all of it. Yes. I'll scroll this back down.
So I actually don't have my notes today, but one thing that really stood out to me was the story that Rick told about the cow and the lion that was stuck in the mud, and how if you are your own master, then who's going to save you?
That's powerful.
That was.
Yeah.
Good job, Brittany. Awesome. All right. Go, Mr. McKenzie.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So, few points there. I love, man, he was down to the point. He just hit it, man. Hit it like on the head. One of the main ones what really stuck out to me is when he said that you're always on the move and always busy. Be sure that your candidates see that in you. So you stay busy. You're a business owner. Like if you're a business owner, that means you should have a full calendar pretty much. If they don't see that, then they be like, oh, they have to start questioning things. So you want to make sure that you be an example of what you are. The other thing is where you put your focus and energy will determine where you will go. And that's in all aspects of life. When I really thought about that, how much energy are you putting into this business, or what is taking most of your focus and energy? And that's pretty much the area you're going to excel in most. So make sure that the business is priority. So when you put a whole lot of focus and energy within the business, you'll excel and you'll be able to see fruits on the tree to be able to, make it happen, get them diamond ring.
Hey, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. All right, and I know Sanjeev going in a couple weeks, so we look forward to his own us learning from him when he comes back from his BBS. So yeah, we are Mr. Thompson. You're up.
Well, one of the letters that he said that really jumped out at me, he says success doesn't happen to you, it happens because of you.
Yes.
You know, and that's just, it brings it home, like,
Yes.
the following of the leadership of Captain Nadia and Sila, we're gonna be successful because of what they invested into us, you know? And I wish to duplicate that as well. Another thing that he said, set your goals with expectations. Anybody can set goals, but people don't set an expectation to accomplish those goals. Like when you write a goal, I want a house. Okay. I want a house 3 years from now, making this amount of income, this and this, this and this. Set that goal with the expectations of actually doing it, you know, and it's more likely you'll accomplish it. And the last thing that that was freaking amazing. He says a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So stop wasting time, pretty much.
That was awesome.
There's no better time.
Good job. Good job. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right. And Mr. Trevor Bethea.
So one thing that I took away that I actually enjoyed was kind of the fact that Rick Fairchild did like his own little mini BBS in the beginning. Because he had things to say. He had one thing where it's like he didn't downtrodden, like treat others the way you want to be treated, but he just added on to it. It's like don't treat others the way you want to be treated, but treat others the way you want others to treat people you care about.
Yeah, deep, babe. That was
You know, that's like he's like, you know what? It's like, yes, you treat me nicely, that's cool. But you treat my mom like a queen. So, you know, if I gotta treat you like a queen or a king and make sure that you give my mom the respect she deserves, I get it. It makes sense.
It does.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then the other one that he also said was common sense and common decency should become common practice. Because that just goes in the line with the treat others. It's just like be a good person to people, to yourself, to everyone. That should just be normal. That should just be the norm for everybody.
Excellent point. Good job. Awesome. And my couple quick takeaways were, well, from Director Frank Joseph was the system, right? Because Frank built the system in Trinidad and Tobago. We're not going to go into details there, but the level of excellence, whenever you guys get a chance to go to Trinidad and Tobago and you see the open meeting, it is the most pristine thing you've ever seen. You don't realize you're in a developing country. You don't even realize that. You feel like you're in Atlanta. You feel like in here, you're Jacksonville, because the system is the same. From what the host does, how people dress. You don't be like, well, we're in the Caribbean, it's hot. Let me don't even wear a jacket. No. Let me just wear Hawaiian clothes. No. Everybody looks the same, like if they were here in our system here in the United States of America. So when I heard from stage the amount of effort how much time it took him to create the excellent system that's there, allowed me to kind of hit home knowing that, because that's what we're doing here. That's literally what we're building from scratch, a system here in Tallahassee, a brick mold system, so that if Council got out to walk into this room today, right, or build bread the spirit to come through, but run. But Canty got it, stick with Canty or Paul Miller. Paul Miller, somebody, right? One of our big leaders come through here, and they should be proud of what they see us do and the way we carry ourselves, right? Right? Okay, I'm happy, yeah. Okay. And then the last thing too that I picked up from all the beloved Rick Fairchild is about being evenly yoked in marriage. Be careful who you pick, because they will influence every other decision in your life. That was ridiculously like, where are you going with this? What is church all of a sudden in here? You know, it kind of got to your heart, so you kind of start having to mentally raise the bar on who you're looking at. You see what I'm saying? You know, so it's all the best for people who are out there looking for something like that. Right? So great job on the notes, guys. Good job. All right, and moving forward, just know after a BBS or a conference, just know bring your notes the next Tuesday, just even if you don't just bring them, because we'll do the same thing again. So that's the pattern, okay? All right, and we'll always do takeaways quickly, like 2-3 quick nuggets from the presenter, always, okay? All right, we want to always do that moving forward. Just wanted to let everybody know that. Now, if this is what we got from a BBS, can you imagine what we're going to get from stage at when 20 to 30 multi-millionaires go across stage to teach us? That was just one of them, Frank Joseph, right? Or Rick and Tony, just one. You spent that. Could you imagine 20 of them across stage and you're like, and those who came to spring leadership know how to beat me. Yeah, you have to, you wish you could be like renewing her memory and be like changing pen colors and writing with 3 hands and toe on it, right? I know, right? But so that definitely, if this is what you got from a BBS, could you imagine what you're gonna get from summer conference? It's going to be because this is the gala summer conference. So we're heading to our group anyway, Sanju, going to the Washington, D.C. conference. Which conference are you going to? Nashville? St. Louis. St. Louis. Oh, good, good. All of it, and is that the Nardoni team?
I'm not really sure.
Louis. Okay, got you. And that's fine. It might be gala too.
The names are coming to my head.
It's all right. We'll check the website later. We will check the website. But whichever summer conference you go to, it will rock your world.
Yes, Raj and Sangeeta Shah.
Oh, yes! You're going to hear from one of my favorites. I never get to hear from Ganesh anymore. I mean, Raj and everybody else is good. Ganesh, Rashman, Smith, and Joseph Cash, that whole set of diamonds, because they got no group in DC to be on the same stage, because then every diamond will speak for 5 minutes and have to come off stage because there's too many of them. Ain't that nice? Right? So enjoy for us, please. And we are going to super look forward to your nuggets, because your Ganesh my boy for life. And if you meet him, tell him that there's a in Chile rare like him. In Tallahassee. He's one of my most favorite his entire training, But yeah, so definitely do whatever it takes. Block out that for the Washington DC team. The people who go into Washington DC, that will be July the 19th. That weekend, is it that weekend? Got you, July the 19th. And I think it's on our team calendar. So definitely lock it down. Yes, 19th to the 21st. Hey, good job to people who know that already. Good job. All right, now the weekend before that, you guys know what's happening the weekend before summer conference?
Yes,
okay. Yes. That is right. Go Diamond. Go Diamond weekend by Kumar. It's the weekend before. And I know there are some people in the hunt here ready to make it happen and go and see Eagles there. Looking forward to seeing you guys in shorts. That's what I'm looking forward to. Seeing all of right? Looking to see you guys get a good tan on both sides of your body. See what I'm saying? That's what we're looking for. All right, so that's awesome. So definitely do what it takes to qualify. Work very hard. Just as Kenneth said, do it the right way, of course. But work for it. Work hard. Any questions about the vibes? Any of the vibes, Spring Leadership or Kumar vibes? All right, now Kumar has his conference call coming for the June 1st. To qualify, it's to at least register one person and have at least one person in your team honoring, at least sponsor one person, or have, I think, 4 honoring partner HTP legs. I think that's a qualifier for June. Yeah, I think.
I know it's not right now. I'm talking about the cost of
yeah, sure. We can definitely talk about that later. Yeah. So let's work to at least, even if you don't, line your business up right, which means Kumar actually has a qualifying call on the first Friday of every month, right? So he started it this month of May, and the qualification, I can't remember what it was at the time, but I think at least sponsor one person that month, then have that person on the partnership, and you definitely qualify for that call. All right, so fight, guys, fight. And even, you see what I'm saying? Even if you fall short to the glory God of 7 Springs, at least that kind of gives you a window to at least be at the table to listen to Kumar talk. Okay? Put here on your chest and say when you talk. So fight for it. All right, and for those who probably didn't see the group me, we had the pennies for the trip is just $18.27. I haven't done the Wendy's thing yet. I'll figure it out. I'm still looking for the receipt. I don't know. If anybody has the receipt, let me know. Because I plan to just go to the next Wendy's up the street and just ask them the pricing of it. So I'll let you guys know. Somehow we don't know where the receipt is. But so that's that. And then the last announcement, real quick, before we get Julia Rose up here. is the goal setting document that Kumar sent out. Right? I think I just sent it out to you guys. So this, I forgot Kenneth did a pretty good looking version of this. This is the exact document Kumar sent us, right? But Kenneth has a beautiful Excel spreadsheet that I think he shared with everybody. So feel free to just use that one instead, okay? I only after print out like, shoot, Kenneth did send a prettier one. So it's the same data. It's the same data. It's just his looks really much better. Okay? So definitely go through that and sit with your coach. Fill it in and then make an appointment with your coach to go through this. Whoever is working with you. This is straight from Kumar. You know, when you see who saved the document, it's Shivaram Kumar. I've never had a document specifically from him. So I'm just saying, like, this is precious. Okay, it's precious, and the thought process behind it is precious. Because he wants to make sure that people know what it takes to get to go platinum and diamond or whatever, and to move significantly with their opinion. So he wants to make sure that he's making it available from himself specifically to the people there. And he wants to know who's really on a hunt to get it done. Okay, so definitely get with your coach. If you're not ready to run hard, don't study it. Life is life. It happens, right? Sometimes it's a timing thing. But if you are wanting to make that push, just get with your coach, and nobody's going to hold it against you if you don't. Okay, nobody like, yeah, do it today. Right? Nobody does that, right? Nobody cares. I mean, we care, but we know that life happens. All right, so we're not going to judge you on that. So, all right. One announcement I wanted to make is Kumar has, as we are preparing to streamline the open meeting, it is tough for me to give training every week on exactly what it takes to put this thing on. And I prefer that you hear it from the proverbial horse's mouth. And the horse in this case, hopefully he's okay with being called a horse, is Kumar. Kumar has an audio on BSM Extreme called First Impressions. I want everybody between now and the next open meeting to study that audio back to back. Okay, it's Kumar First Impressions. And let me just make sure I have the exact BSM stuff for you.
First Impressions?
Yes. Okay, the BWW 2031. I'm going to write it on here too. I want everybody, please, because that is the training that we are all going to study to make sure that this is excellent. So next week, when we get during the announcement section, I'm going to ask you guys for takeaways on this audio, because that's what we're going to implement here. Okay, all of it. All it's from Kumar. So I don't think we're going to do any major changes from that. Okay, all right. So without further ado, I want to bring up the woman who rocked the house during the presentation. That board plan have people jumping up and laughing and feeling all warm and fuzzy inside, and bringing it home to the guests then about how important it is to make the right decision about this opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So without further ado, I will bring up none other than Miss Julia Rose. Get it on. Yeah.
All right, guys. So for training today, we're gonna go over contacting and connecting because somebody thinks I'm good at that. Let's not point fingers, but I can't follow my eyes. All right, so the first point I want to bring up is how do I break the ice, or how do you break the ice? Great advice from the coach. I'm not going to mention his name, but let's also follow my eyes. He gave me great advice when it came to contacting people. There's always a beginning of the conversation, a middle, and then the end. So always remember that when you try to make a conversation with someone, you don't want to have the conversation drawn out for 5 hours and you're just like, oh shoot, I didn't get to drop a message. Or at least tell them, hey, you want to do something? You want to do something about your life? Right. So that was great advice, and that also has helped me to just make sure I'm not getting to the point, but at least have points to get to throughout the conversation. Form is also great. Form, family, occupation, recreation, and message. Or it can also be motivation or money, or anything else. How do I break the ice? A great icebreaker is saying hey, according to Bill Hawkins. Or another thing is people really like compliments. I try to remember that, especially when you actually see something that you might like what you're seeing on the other person. For instance, I usually don't say it, I'm just like, damn, that is tight. Or her nails are tight. Or where did she get those shoes from? So I just go, hey, where you get those shoes from? They look around like, oh girl! All of a sudden they want to tell you where they got it from, the discount, the store, and everything else. So I figure that's how to break the ice with them and just notice what they're wearing. Because my friend brought up a good point when he saw a mutual friend of ours at the gym, and he hasn't seen it in a while. He said, oh hey, how's it going? And the guy was like, yeah, I see you working out. And he's like, I'm trying, you look good too. So it's like sharing those compliments and boosting each other up is actually helping you and making yourself happy. So sharing a compliment with someone can actually change someone's mood of the day and so forth. Another thing is to also just ask questions, just to be inquisitive after you drop the compliment. Like I was saying, oh, where'd you get those shoes from? Where you get your hair? Actually, a guy actually came up to me saying, oh, I love that purple in your hair. Who did it? Or where did you go to? And I said, oh, I went to the salon, like this person name is this. You want her number? You want her Instagram? I got you. Conversation right there.
That's good.
Let me give you guys the streams that were also helpful. Can I borrow a marker?
Yeah, so I should have one of that. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so what has also helped me with like contacting is listening to Bill Hawkins like he is God or something. Let me make sure I got that so I can make it out. BWW1835, that is dropping the message by Bill Hawkins. That's the more relative stream from him. An older stream that I really enjoy listening to because it just shows you the older version of how things used to go and how assertive Bill Hawkins used to be is how to contact and invite. And this is the stream number here, which is WW577. And another thing, which is something I've also dealt with, was objectives. I would go into how an engineer was trashing Amway and had never been to a board plan or met a multimillionaire from Amway, but still saying that it's a scam, there's lawsuits everywhere, don't do it. Yeah. So to help you handle those type of things, listen to Dan Ewan's How to Handle Objections, and that's WW595. I'm gonna give you one more because I'm just acting like Kenneth right now. Let's get every stream possible.
Absolutely.
Another stream, he actually recommended this stream, BWW2189, A Professional's Point of View. It was helpful because it'll teach you how to contact someone who's at a professional realm, like a professional architect, a professional CPA, a doctor, anything like that, instead of just talking to someone like you and I, like a regular student who's just trying to get by. And you just telling me, oh, the name of that one is A Professional's Point of View. Like I said, it's what I do.
What was it about?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's from Gary and Kim Reck, R-E-C-K. Spell that because I'm hoping I'm going to see it last name. It's a pretty short video. Share talk, I believe it's under 30 minutes. And like I said, they were just describing how they were brought into the business and they didn't like what they were doing, but they liked the lifestyle they were doing, and they're thankful that they got to the business and they were able to free up their time. And Kim was funny; she actually ended up moving into a neighborhood where she knew the nannies more than the people that actually lived in the neighborhood, because that's how everybody was working while she was able to be financially free and just walk her kid around and stuff in the stroller. So that was a very entertaining and full of advice share talk, just to, like I said, know how to approach a professional. The main point that I got from it was saying that use that they're looking for time. If you say, oh, just make a lot of money, that's considered an insult if they're already making a lot of money. So I was just like, okay, that makes sense. Just try to bring in, if you want more time to yourself or to leverage time, they will probably prefer that because they're already making a lot of money, but they're also putting in a lot of time towards the profession. Any questions on that? How do you read body language and make sure it's not unnatural? Reading people, or at least reading the vibes, because you don't know what's going on, but you know there's like a heavy feeling in the air or a weird feeling. Just like, oh, I probably should move with caution type of feels. Or if it's like a positive vibe, I usually, if the person's smiling at me, I'm like, oh, but who's talking on you? Or her, whoever. So I usually go by the vibes and just read people as much as I possibly can. Their facial expressions when I'm talking to them. Being naturally inquisitive, like I was saying, just keep asking questions, because people say they don't like talking about themselves, but if you ask the right questions, they do. It's funny, I actually was trying to contact a girl at Walmart, and I saw that she was just like throwing stuff in the cart while putting stuff away, and she was actually working there. And I was just like, dang girl, you look like you don't want to be here. And she was like, low-key, I do not. I was like, man, how long you gotta work? And she was like, I gotta work till 7 in the morning. And I was in there at midnight. So I was like, girl, I understand. But you look like you're doing something right because you got that supervisor vest thing or whatever. And then she ended up telling me, oh yeah, I used to have supervisor experience at the Dunkin' Donuts where I'm from, blah, blah, blah. And the way to go. I'm like, oh, you telling me your whole life story right now. I'm just.
That's good.
So yeah, just be natural with it. If you notice that you ask, I usually after the third question, if they're still giving me like very short answers, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna, you have a good one. Move away, because don't make it forceful, because by the time you want to drop the message, it's gonna look like you're selling something. And like we all know, you don't want to sell anything. I'm not trying to prove a point or try to bring you in on anything. I'm just showing you an opportunity. If you want to take it, cool. If not, cool. So don't force it. Something I need to practice: smiling, nodding when I'm saying positive things. Because once you nod, they nod, and there's a whole mirroring scientific aspect of all of that. So. All that I need to practice on as well, but if it works. If you don't believe me, ask Roderick.
Yeah, yes, sir.
He's like the master of that at this point.
That's right. That's right.
Another thing that I noticed is matching the person's pace when it comes to their words. When they're talking, if they're talking slow, you talk slow with them. If they're talking fast, try to talk as fast as them, but don't stumble. Using normal words, another thing Kenneth was very helpful with. Don't say, well, I don't want to say don't say, but try not to use asset, financial freedom, residual income, because most people don't know what that is unless you're talking to me, Brittany. So when you say asset, just know for normal people, this means make money work for you. Use that phrase. Because I actually had, I went to an appointment to get waxed or whatever. And I was dropping the message to her because all she heard was debt free. She's like, girl, I got debt. What's an asset?
Yeah.
That's just like, I have to get work. What does that set mean? I was like, and I was in the tongue twist because I was like, so do you want the accounting term or what is the regular term? I don't understand this. So, still that you don't get up like me, get caught. That's it. For normal people, it makes money work for you. Financial freedom would mean go do what you want to do and not worry about money. Residual income, meaning leaving something substantial for the next generation.
Yeah,
I was just like, I talked to it, I was like, this was so helpful because I got caught up the other day using the asset. Residual income, leaving something substantial for the next generation. That's really good. Yeah, that's figured out the Kenneth break. So any questions about how do you read body language or make sure it's not unnatural? Another thing Aaron brought up is try to talk to someone like you're expecting, like you're looking to start a friendship with that person. I was just like, yeah.
That's good.
Say no more. All right. Because it's like, knowing me, it's like, I love saying I don't want a lot of friends, but I don't mind having friends. So if I need to talk to that person for a certain reason, I just go to that friend. You know what I mean? Like options of friends.
Right.
So it's kind of in that nature. And I wish I remembered the stream, but I was listening to a stream today with NAFDM article on it. I was trying to pull up the stream, but FAMU Wi-Fi doesn't want to. I'll go ahead.
I got a good question for you. If you are talking to someone and you drop a message to them, and they're if they miss somehow, you know what I mean? Say they miss it the first time, how would you go about doing that?
Gotcha. Usually kind of depends on the conversation, but I just try to not throw it back at them, but ask them, so what are you trying to do? Like, what is your future plan down the road? I think with one guy, I was just like, yeah, so do you want to build wealth someday? Yeah, of course, yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, by the way, I got connections with so-and-so people, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I would love that. Fantastic. Let's see what happens, but fantastic. So, yeah, just trying to pick it up. To be honest, if they still, I actually had an instance where I would try to just, I straight up just went to the point and told this girl because she was just trying to dance lightly around what I was trying to get at. And she said nothing, so I was just like, okay, I guess that means you don't want to do more.
Yeah, kind of similar to what you were saying. But I kind of know the answer to the question, but I don't know the question. So like, I was contacting someone and they just, I dropped a message and everything, but they basically just like, quiet. And then later on, I moved on because I didn't want to like harp on it. And later on, they were so what about this business and how long have you been doing it? And you know, I didn't really focus on how long I was just like, oh, you know, I'm already working with them, you know, I just answered the question and everything. But they didn't really reach for more. So I left it alone. Like, would you say this is like leave that alone at that point, or just throw something out that you just said? Like, what are you doing?
Gotcha. From what I'm understanding with that conversation, once you answer that question, I would have asked, so are you looking for something more, or are you looking for something outside of what you're doing? Just we'll add on to it after you ask that question, because the person who asked the question, they're actually interested, they're actually looking for something.
Right. And when I did ask, it was kind of like, they really seemed like they had planned out, but I knew that plan wasn't gonna work, so I just kind of didn't know how to, like, I didn't want to like seem like I was bad.
Right. Completely understand. Because I had that with one of my good former roommates. I still talk to her time to time. She was telling me this whole plan of how she's going to be the mayor of Tampa, and she's going to be with her boyfriend, and she's going to have kids with a big house and a yard and all that. I just said that sounds fantastic.
Right. Okay. So,
And if you want, you can just go about it once you're doing better in the business and say, hey, well, how's everything going? And then you can probably bring it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have probably left it alone too, because again, you don't want to force it. So, yeah. The next part that I want to go over is how do I know I did the right thing? Again, like John was saying, if they ask me questions about it or if they're interested, that means I at least wrote the message right, because they're like, oh, that's interesting. Well, what about it? They actually apply it to themselves or try to listen more about it. The conversation is positive and it has happy vibes, and I notice that when they actually want to continue with the conversation, asking more questions, wanting to know more. Funny thing is, well, another positive thing that I noticed is when they offered a number to you instead of me asking the question, asking for their number, I think I'm going in the right direction. It's just like, yeah, you can have my number. Yes, look at that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask them, yeah. That means they're automatically, I'm willing to give you my personal information just to see what this is. So I can get something more.
That's good.
So no more, man. And that's the end of me was saying, how do I know I did it correctly? Again, if I didn't know I did it incorrectly, like Aaron was saying, they probably missed it, and they're still talking about something else and still, like they completely missed it. They don't mention it after I just said all that. So I'm like, so, are you just not listening to me? Or you're really just not interested? There was another time I actually tried to contact a guy, and Bill Hawkins also mentioned this, like if they're having a relationship with shoes, or they're talking low and mumbling, not really interested in what you're saying, that also means I didn't hit the mark on that one, or that person wasn't really thinking. So don't drop a message on them if you're not really, if they're having a relationship with their shoes, or they're not like responding to what you're saying.
Good question. Before you actually make the connection with the person contacting the person, or like approach the person that's contacting, what are some of the, I want to say, eye candies that you recognize before you actually contact the person? Like, when I see people with the name tags, I was like, huh, he does something important. I want to know, or, if they dressed up in a suit, something like that. What do you look for personally before you actually connect with people? Because, anybody can just walk up to my contact, you can contact a homeless guy, but what do you actually look for?
Gotcha. When I look for something, I look for a person that actually cares about their appearance. They don't have to look as professional, but they could at least look like they have a clean shirt, clean pants, some decent shoes. Or example as well, when I go out to the store, I look for someone that's working, because I would imagine as a person who's working, they probably don't want to do this 9 to 5 thing. So that's one of the people that I go for specifically, because I'm just like, they probably want to do something else instead of having to work at this particular spot for a long period of time, or any period of time. So that's specifically what I go for.
Okay, so they don't have the approach, the type of technical approach.
And I guess it also depends on what they say around me, because there's the couple I was telling you about, the guy, he was just, I said hey, he was saying hey, he was very like customer service type, and he was, I don't know what I said, but all of a sudden he was telling me about his family, and telling me that I don't know what I'm gonna do, because my father just was diagnosed with cancer, and he's in Delaware while I'm here, and I'm trying to figure out how to financially figure that out, while me and my wife work 12 hours, 6 days a week, and he was telling me the whole story, and I'm like, I didn't listen to this. But I'm glad I'm listening here, because I guess I have that face where you can just tell me what I want.
That's awesome. That's good. Okay. Wish I had this.
Yes. Okay, last question for me. I have trouble specifically because I'm a new grad, not just a student. I'm kind of intimidated by professionals breaking this in. So it's kind of like, they don't really like, what do you do? Like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, how do you bridge that gap? Like, yo, I'm a professional too. Like, I have a business and I'm here to show up. I'm kind of intimidated by that. And sometimes I don't think they like to like even try to talk. They would- Yeah.
Yeah, that's, what's interesting is I actually contacted my first professional and she happens to be my boss. So that was like, but, you know, but I also had like a good like rapport with her. Like I wouldn't say friends, but she'd tell me like the first week I started working there, she's like, I'm your friend here. If anyone you need to trust, it's me. And I was just like, you're right. So we just had that rapport built. So I guess my advice is to not rush with it right away. If they have a rapport and they see that you're actually that business professional and have that presence, I guess would be the word, they would respect you and you would have a confidence to approach them saying, hey, would you like to leverage your time?
That leverage one, so it's the terminology that you use as well. We'll just speak to them.
Correct.
I like the leverage.
I try. Because what I also heard in that stream as well is that usually professionals, they already know about work ethic and things of that sort. So if you're able to connect with them and actually contact them and they actually make it to the end of the process, not only do they have the purchasing power, but they will be able to be more driven because they know what it's about when it comes to being motivated and building a network and things of that sort. So how to leverage my coaches and mentors to refine my process. I'm in the middle of doing the 90-day core run, so now I'm doing my own meetings and energy 1s and 2s and things of that sort. Very nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, the more I do it, the more I'll be more confident at it. And the great thing about it is that there's always someone peeking around the corner. Most of the time, it's been Roderick recently and Sile. And why not listen to the professionals when it comes to improvements and what they heard, things of that sort. So I've been leveraging them when it comes to that. When they're sitting a little bit of distance away from my meetings, and then they'll be able to tell me what do I need to improve, what I did great on, things of that sort. Another thing is, if you got an upline that's nearby, call them. Text them, blow them up, because that's what they're there for. It might be hard to reach them, but at least you know where they live. You know what car they drive. Like I said, Aaron's on speed dial, and if he don't answer, I got Kenan. If he don't answer, I got Roger. If Roger don't answer, I call Celia. If they don't answer, I might call Nadia and Kamsa, and that's if they answer. So if you got those people on your phone,
Yes.
call them. Like, it's really abnormal for me to not call them all of them at least once a week.
That's great.
Because it's like, for at least once a week you huddle with one or all of them.
Yeah. In the zone.
And if you have a specific goal in mind, obviously go to the person that's already been there and done that. Like, I'm going to see like to somehow become an eagle at a certain period of time. And I do want to be a diamond or at least a platinum by next year. So obviously I need to call Camden and be like, what the hell did you do? Please teach me your ways. If I need to drive up there, give me a moment so I make sure my car runs so I can get there.
Yes.
So, so that is me and my advice when it comes to leveraging my coaches and mentors. Nice. Any questions on that? Last.
Could you talk a little bit about how you do that?
How do I do?
The huddle play, like when you talk to your coach.
I guess it depends. Usually I call them because I'm stuck on something when I need like a layup to make the contact. I usually go right for that.
Yes.
For example, we could go back to the engineering situation. So when I was trying to contact the engineer. I know this engineer because we were raised in the same church together all our lives. So I was talking to her like a friend, and I was telling her about the multimillionaires, and she was just like, multimillionaires? That sounds sketchy. Like, right off the bat, that sounds sketchy. I was like, well, dang, I didn't even get to drop a message or anything first. Like, I just recently got in contact with my mentors, and they happened to be multimillionaires. And I'm like, all right, that'll sound right. And she was like, that sounds like Amway. All of a sudden, all the negative links are coming. And the funny thing is, I was trying to call Aaron and be like, hey man, I don't know. He was like, pass it to like, and then the moment, I don't know how I made that she seemed like she's an engineer and this and that. And gladly I was able to use her, because when I said that girl was going in on engineering things that I would never know about, gladly there's an engineering class verbally. So she was there the entire way when it came to like, know that those links that you're sending, they're incorrect, and she would use it in like engineering terms for her to like get to the point. And yeah, she was there the whole way, because it was through a text message situation. I guess another way is when I'm like stuck on, or after I made a contact when I knew it was sloppy, I would call Kenneth and I was saying, hey, how do I answer this question? Like for instance, I made the contact, but it was like by a hair of faith that the girl was like, I'm still looking, even though that sounded crazy. She was just like, so what is your business? And I was just like, it's a secret. And I was just like, if you want to know more, you have to sit down with me and see She was skeptical hell, but she was like, okay, that's why you get good conversation in the beginning, but she liked what I was saying until up to that point. I was like, man, I don't know how to answer what is my business name. She was like, use this name that you got on your business website.
There you
And I
go.
was just like, oh. What if I just blank out and I can't remember my website name? It was like, well, no, you can always just say you're just in association with the partnership business stores, like you're in partnership with Bank of America, you're in partnership with Best Buy, you're in partnership with Zales. I was like, what? Work here, right? I was right.
Yeah. That's good.
So my contact was not that perfect, guys. That was a major lesson, even though we butchered the hell out of their contact. If they looking, they're looking.
Yes, so that is true. That is true.
Yes.
One that they're willing to see past all of that foolishness. Because if anyone told me that, I would be like, I'm good.
It's a secret. That's awesome. I'm sorry. That's not a story. That's a testimony to tell on stage. Like Felix eggs. That's your egg story, right there. That's right. Some nice feet or something like that. Yeah. That's your testimony. That's awesome.
Oh man. So how to set up the conversation to drop the message properly or with the best chances? I wrote, just make sure you're listening and answering to a need. When I was talking about that guy who was just telling me the whole life story with 12 hours or whatever, it was kind of easy to actually drop the message because I see that he wants more time. And that's why I was saying, hey, well, I'm in partnership with multimillionaires, and not only are they teaching me how to build wealth, but they're teaching me how to, the wealth is going to help me with time and money. For instance, my Campta, his wife, and he has 3 kids. The 3rd kid never seen his wife, never seen the mom work. And the moment I said that, he was like, all my kids see me do is work. I would like to hear more about this. And I was just like, so yeah.
Plug it up.
Yeah, I can see what they can do for you. I can't promise you anything, but I'll see what will happen. Yeah, let me get my card. Yeah, like I said, I came from to that was nice meeting you. Thank you so much. Because he was like the cable guy and I was helping me with my home security stuff set up. I said, yeah, thanks so much, man. No problem. And he was like, yeah, no problem. Please call me. If I don't answer, it's because I'm at work. So just text me. That's my personal number. Blah blah blah.
That's
Gotcha.
excellent.
That's a great feeling.
That's
like,
That's awesome. So anything, just do that and add a compliment. Prefer to compliment before dropping a message. Hey, I think you're a really terrific person, or I think you're a smart person. I think you deserve more than what you're doing, or that type of compliment vibes. If you want to question, feel free. Yeah. So that, and then drop the message saying, hey, I think I have something for you. Are you serious about looking for something to do outside of what you're doing? Are you looking to diversify your income? I love using that because it makes me look like I am some type of smart accountant that can help you out. What is your future plans or your 5-year plan? Are you looking to do more? Because when you ask people, what's your plan? They'll probably give you like a day plan or a week plan. No, what's your plan 5 years from now? You ain't got nothing going on? Okay, cool, I got something for you. Are you looking for something to free up your time or to leverage your time? That I also use to properly drive the message or transition into it. Pull the trigger, that's the term. So yeah, that is my notes. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. If you guys, do you guys have any more questions before we close for tonight? Why are you so awesome? That's awesome.
I think it's the jacket.
Yes, exactly. I would return it.
Great job.
Hey, absolutely. I think so, yes. What's the paper? Yeah, we got it.
Everyone give another round of applause for Miss Julia Rose. Honestly, I might end before 10:30.
Right on.
She get her plan like 9
Nice. You got it. You got it.
Well, I have no idea what I'm supposed
Put that in there somewhere.
to do.
So,
Great meeting, everyone. I hope everyone took some great notes. Next week, we have some homework. Make sure you get these. Oh, this one in particular.
yes.
Mr. Kumar. We're gonna have some questions to be answered, so make sure you guys do this. And also look at these audios that Miss Julia Rose suggested to us for our contact.
I think that's it.
All right.
Sounds great.
Good night.
I like this song.
Right.
You heard it?
Yes. Yes.